This webinar will demonstrate best practices for manually bringing lab results into Nextech. And before we start, there are some important points to keep in mind while watching. Not all lab results are received directly into Nextech. And the simplest way to think about this is, if the receiving lab is Schweiger Dermatology Lab, the result is received directly into Nextech. And this is automatic, no manual work from you required. However, if the receiving lab is not Schweiger Dermatology Lab, the result is not received directly into Nextech. Instead, the result is received to the lab's website, and it must be manually brought into Nextech by you. However, by watching this video, you'll learn the most efficient method to do this so that you're spending minimal time on this manual process and more time on patient care. So let's get right to it. First, you'll want to access the Labs Needing Attention list in Nextech to find out what lab results remain pending. And I've selected Dr. Kelly Poole as the provider, and you'll see that she has a blood test order for which there are pending results. And because this blood test was ordered over a week ago, it's safe to assume the results are ready. Also, because the receiving lab, LabCorp, is an outside lab, we know the lab result needs to be brought into Nextech manually. So let's do that now. To find the result, let's open our internet browser and access the LabCorp results website. Note that I have created a bookmark to that website so that I can get to it with a single click. So I recommend that you do the same because it's a big time saver. And you should have an individual login to all of the lab websites. If you don't have one yet, be sure to contact your manager for assistance. I will now look up the results by searching the patient's name. And if I forgot the spelling, I can very easily refer back to my labs list in Nextech and easily toggle back to the LabCorp website to type it in. Once I click on the search button here to the right, I get my search results. So you'll want to read carefully to ensure you select not only the correct patient, but also the correct result. So this is our patient here. And to open the result, I click right on the accession number. Now I'm demonstrating this workflow on the LabCorp results website. Keep in mind this may vary depending on which lab website you're using. Now that we have the correct lab result, I'm going to show you a very quick process for saving that into Nextech. And it does not involve printing this on paper and scanning it. So we want to move away from that and instead click on the print button, and you're actually going to just save this document to your desktop. To do that, click on this print button here, click on the change button, and select the save as PDF. Once you click on save, the computer will ask where you'd like to save this document. Be sure to select your desktop and then rename the file so that it's easy for you to find. And now close this file, and we're going to return to Nextech to now attach that result to our lab. Be sure to enter the patient's account by clicking on the patient's name from your labs list. And once you've identified the lab, you'll right-click to open it, which will show you the requisition. Enter the Results tab, and be sure you're looking at the Discrete Values view. That will allow you to click on this Add Results button, which will then allow you to attach a file to this lab. I'll select to attach a new file, select my desktop, and here is the file I just saved. You can double-click to select the file, and it is now attached. And you can quickly preview it one more time just to ensure you attach the correct file. Now here's a good tip. If you had mistakenly attached the wrong file, you can simply detach it. Nextech will ask you to confirm, and you'll say yes, and then it'll allow you to attach the correct file once again. I will now click on Save and Resume Previous. And I'm going to tell Nextech that the result pending step for this lab is now satisfied. What that will do is alert the provider that this lab result is ready for their viewing and signing. This is the end of your workflow. And as you can see, although bringing lab results into Nextech is a manual process when we work with outside labs, it is possible to move very quickly through the process. And taking the time to master the workflow best practices I have shown you here will allow you to do just that. Thank you very much for watching.